61. Came out in 2001. TVMA. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes. This film is about the New York Yankees in the season of 1961. It's centered around Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle, who were known as the M&M Boys. And this one definitive season, they kept on going back to back, and they were going after the great Bambino, Babe Ruth, his single season home run record of 60 home runs in one season. Now, this film was made by Billy Crystal, and he's a very avid baseball fan. So a lot of the stuff that happened in this film is very spot on, and it is very, very fucked up. So let's dive into the cast a little bit. We have Barry Pepper, who plays Roger Maris. We have Thomas Jane, who plays Mickey Mantle. We have Anthony Michael Hall, who plays Whitey Ford. We have Bruce McGill, who plays Ralph Hook. And we have Christopher McDonald, who plays Mel Allen. Excuse me. Now, if you're a baseball fan, you understand how important this film was to be, kind of brought out into the open. Because around this time, Mickey Mantle was a god to Yankees fans. And Roger Maris was just a hick that got traded. And, the year before, in 1960, Roger Maris beat out Mickey Mantle for the MVP. So, I don't know how Yankees fans are because I'm a Sox fan, but if our hometown hero got beat out by somebody who just got traded in, it leaves a bad feeling in your stomach, because you sit there and you're like, am I gonna, support this newcomer? And if I do, is it being disrespectful to the homegrown? That's a lot that we fight with as baseball fans, because we want our teams to win, but we want people that are dedicated to our cities and our teams, to deserve our support. Now, what happens to Roger in this film is probably one of the absolutely most fucked up shit that I've ever seen. And if that was how you treated someone who was winning you games in 1961, why would you even want to stay as a New York Yankee? They were the pinnacle of baseball sports, and it was great to be a Yankee back then, and today it still is. But if you were being treated half the way that Roger was being treated, I would have requested a trade. I would have just stopped playing baseball altogether if nobody else wanted me. Because Roger was one of the nicest guys, and he definitely didn't deserve half of that shit. Well, in this film, we see what really happened with Mickey Mantle, and we figure out, we learn a lot about Roger Maris. And in this film, it actually starts off with, his family going to see Mark McGwire break their father's record, because Roger Maris, he ended up dying I think he'd end up dying in the 80s. But you see this asterisk right here. Now, the commissioner of baseball back then decided that if he was going to beat Babe Ruth's record, he had to do it in the same amount of games as Babe Ruth did, or else he'd get an asterisk. Now, I think it was in 1990, the commissioner of baseball changed the ruling and said there will be no asterisk. If the record is yours, the record is yours. And Roger never got to live to know that. It's fucked up and not okay. Now, IMDb gave it a 7.7 out of 10. I give it a 5 out of 5 because, it brings you down to your knees. It makes you show the reality of what these baseball players go through on a daily. Excuse me. Obviously, they get paid a lot more than, they did back then, but it's still tiresome. They go out every single night for us. But even back then, they played for the love of the game. The guys now, they just play just to, just for the money. If you are interested in watching this, it's on HBO Max. And I highly suggest you check it out, whether you're a Sox fan or any other fan. If you love baseball, you'll love this movie. So, give it a watch. Let me know what you think.